My parent demanded I give my French bulldog to my sister because she needs an emotional support pet. When I refused, my dog disappeared that night, the backyard gate was mysteriously open, and a chip transfer request hits my inbox. It all started with an ambush. You have to understand, my family doesn't visit, they conduct strategic incursions. They don't call ahead, because that would give me time to build fortifications, or, come up with a polite excuse. No, they prefer the shock and awe tactic of showing up on my doorstep, smiling like they're delivering a prize, when in reality, they're there to extract something from me. They do this once every couple of months, barge in like I'm their backup storage unit or personal bank. So when my doorbell rang on a Tuesday evening and I saw my parents' car in the driveway, a familiar sense of dread washed over me. I'm Alex, by the way. I'm 29, a graphic designer, and until that night, the proud and ridiculously devoted mom to a French bulldog named Winston. I opened the door to my parents, their faces arranged in expressions of grave seriousness. This was their serious business look. A carefully orchestrated performance that always preceded a completely unreasonable request. Alex, honey, my mom began, stepping past me into the foyer. We need to talk. It's important. My dad followed, nodding grimly. In the living room, I think. Winston, my little shadow, trotted out from the living room, his bat-like ears perked up, and his tail a blur of happy wiggles. He snorted a welcome at their feet. My mom gave him a cursory pat on the head, a gesture that was dismissive at best. The first red flag. She usually doted on him, calling him her grandpup. What's going on? I asked, closing the door and following them. My heart was already starting to beat a little faster. With them, it was always a guessing game. Did they need to borrow money for a new water heater? Did Caitlin crash her car again? They sat on my sofa, perfectly centered, like a panel of judges. I remained standing, a defensive posture I adopted unconsciously. It's about Caitlin, my dad said, getting straight to the point. He always played the role of the solemn patriarch in these situations. My mom picked up the narrative thread seamlessly. She's going through a very difficult time, Alex. The breakup with Chad has hit her harder than we thought. And things at her job, well, they're not great. I resisted the urge to roll my eyes. Caitlin, my 26-year-old sister, was always going through a difficult time. She navigated life like it was a constant, unfolding tragedy, in which she was the perpetually wronged heroine. Her breakup with Chad, a notorious party boy who had cheater practically tattooed on his forehead, was as predictable as the sunrise. Her troubles at work stemmed from the fact that she showed up late to her new marketing job, enough times that her boss had started a paper trail. She spent half her day on social media and treated her colleagues with the dismissive air of a queen bee who found herself slumming it with commoners. My parents, of course, saw none of this. They only saw their precious, fragile youngest daughter, who needed to be shielded from the world's harsh realities. Her therapist? My mom continued, her voice dropping to a conspiratorial whisper, suggested that an emotional support animal would be incredibly beneficial for her mental state right now.